Hey guys, Michael White here, your favorite self-taught developer, and I had my first web developer interview about 2 weeks ago, and now that I've had some time to kind of ruminate on it and work through the take-home project they gave me, I just want to share my 5 big takeaways with you guys, the 5 things that I learned that will help me out the most going forward to the next few interviews, and that can probably help you guys out too, so we can both learn and grow from my experience. Now, before we jump into the video, I do want to say, if you guys notice it looks a little different in here, I'm changing my office around right now. You guys can't see it. I'm doing a real good job of hiding everything that's going on, but I'm changing my whole setup. So the lighting's different. Everything's different right now. So this video is going to look and feel a little different than the ones I normally do. But without the way, let's jump into it. So my first big takeaway was learning what type of experience that employers are looking for. Before going into this interview, I had no idea what to expect. Honestly, it was my first one. So I read a bunch on Google. I watched YouTube videos, tried to prepare 1,000 different ways, and I tried to make it look like I knew what I was doing experience-wise. I did my best. I put my best projects in there. But they're not looking for projects that you've done because they can't tell if it's for a course or, they don't know what it's for. What they want to see is production projects. They want to see projects that are working, that are live, that are being used right now. So before you go into your first interview, it might behoove you and benefit you to actually make something for somebody, even for yourself, and get it out there in a live environment. My second big takeaway was that I learned where I struggle. See, they gave me a take-home project, and I thought it was going to be super simple. It was to build a homepage within their platform. Their platform is one of those e-commerce as a service sites. Think Shopify, but it's built with HTML, Bootstrap, and CSS. Now, it is widget-based, so you have to code within the confines of the widgets. And my whole time learning and coding so far, I've always done things myself, freehand, however I wanted to. But this project challenged me in a different way, and I actually found it really difficult. So I know my understanding now isn't as good as I thought it was, and I need to kind of rethink the way I learn and the way I build things. I understand now that if I'm going to be working for somebody, I'm going to be coding their way. And I have to get used to not knowing how to code, but understanding what I'm doing when I write the code and really know what's happening. So going forward, I'm going to work on reading code and really understanding what's happening. The third biggest takeaway, this might come as a surprise to some of you guys, but it is not nearly as scary as it seems. Oh man, I was sweating this interview. I was sweating the phone interview. I was so nervous. I was up beforehand chanting, "Oh, I'm gonna get this. 9 months." I'd worked 9 months for that point, so I was just yelling, 9 months. 9 months of hard work to get this interview. And I was just pumping myself up. I was freaking myself out. I was nervous. I was up all night the night before. I was a wreck, man. But once we actually got the interview started and started rolling through it, it was just like every other interview. I mean, maybe I was lucky and just had really cool people interviewing me, but it was a painless experience. I mean, you're pushed, you're challenged, you're asked some hard questions. It's really nothing too complicated. Granted, I didn't have an intense technical interview and I didn't have to get on a whiteboard and start solving problems up there. I see a lot of people have to do that. I didn't, so I mean, maybe that's why it was so nice, but don't sweat the first one. Even if there is an interview like that, just get up there, do your best, and be honest, man. Key takeaway number 4. Even if you don't get the job, use it as a chance to network. You had to talk to the recruiter. Find him on LinkedIn, talk to him. You never know where he might be a couple of years from now. You got to talk to people interviewing you. Just by starting that conversation, adding them to LinkedIn, staying in their thoughts, you might be opening yourself to opportunities later on down the road. So use this as a chance to network. If you have a network of 0 people, now that you've interviewed, you have your recruiter and your interviewer. Now you have a network of 2 people. That's how it grows. The next interview you're going to go into, do the same thing. Just keep growing that network and don't shut yourself off from future opportunities. And the 5th key takeaway from my first developer interview, and probably the biggest key takeaway, is that I now know what I need to do to be better for the next interview. This one interview leveled me up a ton, right? If you think about it those RPG games, when you're level 1 and level 2, you go out, you kill a monster, you get 3 levels, right? Yeah, that was me. I just got 3 levels worth of experience from this one interview. I'm leveling up fast. It's a huge chunk. So I'm going to be that much better for my next one. I know how to approach things now. I know what projects I need to put in my portfolio, and I know how I need to rework my portfolio to make it, what's the word here? Catchy. So whether or not I get the job, I learned a ton from the interview. And hopefully something I learned today can help you guys out in your first developer interview. And I really want to know, have any of you guys interviewed for a job yet? Are any of you guys current developers? If you had to help somebody getting ready for their first interview, what are some things you'd tell them that would help them out? Let us know in the comments below. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up there, guys. Hopefully the office will be done within the next couple weeks. I'm going to strip the walls and paint everything here soon. That's going to be a whole nother beast though. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this one up there. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Peace.